So what I'm about to share with you is probably one of the biggest realizations I've had when it comes to growing in success and achieving more just out of life. And if you're new and you don't know me, my name is Mahyar. I came from Iran, and I was middle lower class in Iran, and my passion was always to find out what it takes to really become successful in this world. The stuff that the successful people themselves don't even know, but they're doing it. Just like breathing, right? You can't explain breathing and the mechanics of breathing, but you just do it, right? And my passion was to just find out these steps and then share it with majority of the people, which I was part of the majority of people. But now, thanks to the stuff that I'm learning, the people I'm meeting, the realizations I'm having, and as my life keeps getting better, and this is like a documentation of it on YouTube, if you apply just the stuff I'm learning, you will see more success in your life. And already the people who've seen my previous videos have already reached out to me like every single week of how much the videos are impacting their life. And what I'm about to share with you today will probably be, again, one of the biggest things I've realized and I'm about to share that single-handedly is one of the biggest keys to getting more success that you're looking for, right? And ever since applying this, I've been waking up earlier consistently every single day. I used to be the one that I had this mindset of, I can never wake up early. And, I used to wake up at 8 or so, and sometimes even later than that, right? Because to some may seem like, 8, that's early. But to the people that I want to get to the level, like they're waking up at 5, 6 and so forth. So now I've consistently been waking up around 5:45, 6 a.m., going for a walk. I started working out more. I started going on runs, and I used to never run. I used to be like, what's the point of running? So, and then in my business, again, doing like the harder things in my business that I didn't want to do. And so the biggest point that I've recently learned is how to become dissatisfied with your current situation. And let me explain that before you click off. Like, if you're actually serious about this thing, watch this till the end. And like, if you're new, you see like I don't make my videos like high dopamine and all that shit. But if you can watch till the end, you'll start building this point of delayed gratification and like a form of dopamine detox. Like, a form of my videos is like a dopamine detox, because what it takes to really succeed is not the instant gratification dopamine shit, right? Like, it's real stuff that it's not easy, right? But if it was easy, everyone would have it. So I want to share with you how and what I've learned about becoming dissatisfied of how much money you have in your savings account, your checking account, dissatisfied with your income, dissatisfied with your relationship, romantic relationship, friendships, dissatisfied with how you look physically, right, mentally, all that stuff. And there's a difference between being dissatisfied and not being grateful, because you could be grateful. Every morning when I go on my walks, I do gratitude statements, all that stuff. Like, I'm actually grateful for everything I have. But that's different from then being satisfied and complacent with where you're at. And I was looking at this point this morning of where that actually comes from, and realizing, I grew up mostly with my mom and with, females. And so I got that feminine programming growing up. And it hasn't been until recently of like really starting to become more masculine and understand what that means. But I realized with growing up with females, single moms, and just more feminine people around, if you notice, men thrive almost on like negative emotions. Like, when men are being criticized of like, why you look like that? Why are you fat? Why are you this? Why are you that? That motivates men to do more. But if you say that to a female, like, they just break down and they just go into self-blame and all that stuff. So females do well and better on positive reinforcement, compliments, things like that. That's why you have women that tell, other women who are overweight, obese, all that are like, you're a queen and you look great and blah, 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 right? Because that's what they do better. But I realized the environment I grew up in, how I was becoming more feminine, was because I was it's like I wouldn't even do that good on positive reinforcement, because it's like I was always having this mindset of, oh, things are supposed to come to me. That's like just for women. Women have things come to them. As men, you have to go out there and create it and actually get the thing, right? And so I was always confused most of my life. Like, why do I not get things come to me? Like, I have this feeling of this is what I'm supposed to do, but why do I not have the things that I want? And then also, you know, anytime I would accomplish any little task, I would be praised for it. I would get compliments for it. I would be told by my mom and family members and all that, oh my God, you're amazing and blah, blah, blah. Even though I didn't even have anything. And I was like doing just bare minimum, not even that sometimes, right? But again, I was getting compliments just like how women get compliments, because I was in a feminine environment. And if you're a man watching this especially, you have to start realizing, when in your life did you start becoming satisfied with what you have, right? Like, if you don't have the money put aside to go to major events where you can meet wealthy people, find mentors and things like that, and you're like, oh, I don't have an extra $2,000 and all that to go, then why are you satisfied? Like, you should be disgusted by the fact that you can't even go on a trip to meet wealthy people who have what you want so you could achieve more of that. Like, it makes no freaking sense. And for me, it's like there was this tennis match of morality and guilt within me of like, oh, I'm disgusted with where I'm at, but then at the same time I'm like, no, don't say that, it's wrong, blah, blah, blah. And not realize it was like my masculine and feminine energy going back and forth, because it's like part of me was like, this doesn't even feel good. Like, this isn't right. Like, I should not be living life on easy mode. Like, that's not even fun for a man. A man thrives and does better and is happier generally when his life is hard. And it's interesting because when there are men where as soon as the life gets hard, they just give up. But that's not because they've been raised to learn what a man is supposed to do in those tough times. They're running a feminine programming as a man, and a feminine programming is give up as soon as things get hard. So someone that comes to your rescue, someone feels bad and comes to your rescue, right? But I realize that that's the reason why I don't have a freaking $1 million a month right now, is because I was just satisfied with where I was at. And I've already done 10K a month, 5K a month, all that stuff. Like, to me, 5K a month is not even that much. I'm like, how do I even do stuff on 5K a month at this point, right? But I was just not, I wasn't dissatisfied to a point where I'm like, no, I need to get to a point where unless I'm like at least making 10, 20 grand a month, like even that is becoming, like I'm not even becoming satisfied with the idea of just even making 10 grand a month. Cause I'm like, the stuff I want will cost a lot more. And it's not that I am chasing money, because people who chase money, that's where they just fall. Right? It's not that chasing money. It's the fact that as a man, you should have goals to strive towards. And for me, the way I'm going to get to that 10K a month and more is by doing things that actually benefits other people, right? This thing on YouTube that I'm posting, I'm not even getting paid from this. I'm just sharing stuff that I wish I was told when I was graduating or growing up or any of that stuff, right? It's more so like out of, I work a lot through it, but it was like at a certain point, I was angry with how the system was designed to make sure people are at a certain level. But I realized I can't just blame the system, because if I was born into the elite, I do freaking the same thing, right? Like, if imagine somehow you're born into a family where you got the genetics, where you make money easily and all that stuff comes to you easy, right? And there's also studies where people with the right genetics, even if they're born into poverty, they always make it out of that. That's why most billionaires are like, oh, I didn't have much growing up or blah, blah, blah. But they freaking had discipline. They had consistency. They didn't give up. And those qualities most people don't have, right? If being born into poverty, and like if that was the key, then all the third world country people should be the wealthiest. But that's not the freaking case, right? So it's not that we have to blame the system. It's realizing how it was designed, how we were brought up. And it's not even to blame our parents or what our parents did, because they grew up in the same system. But now it's on to you to take responsibility to change your current situation. And then you could support your family to also grow, right? Your family doesn't know. They don't watch these type of videos probably, right? And probably you keep sharing videos like this with them and they may not even watch it, right? But the best way you could support your family and your friends is to help yourself first, is to lead by example, right? And when you look at your life of when you became satisfied in your life, and almost like you have to create that, right? Like there's no formula of like do this, and then you'll become dissatisfied. Like I had to stand in front of a mirror, be grateful that I'm alive, that I have a healthy body, right? I can move my arms, legs, all that. But I had to like grab my fat and be like, why is that even there? I don't even have much fat, but the little bit that I had, I'm like, I know what I'm capable of. Like this is not acceptable, right? Like unless I have a 6-8 pack or whatever, like I should not be satisfied. Even when I do get to that level, I'm not gonna be satisfied. I'm gonna be looking to, I started doing calisthenics, all that. Like I wanna do handstand push-ups, doing 10 muscle ups, like doing all that stuff. So there's always gonna be new goals that I'm gonna set because I don't wanna be satisfied. And it's a very masculine thing, right? So if you're a female watching this, then obviously find a man that has these qualities and help them watch these videos so they can do that. Because as a woman, I don't think you should be constantly criticize all that because you don't do well on it if you want to be in the feminine. But the females who are more masculine energized, right? Energy wise, they are dissatisfied and all that stuff, right? So definitely, and also share this video, right? Like when I watch videos like this, I found a few people that share videos like this, like Hamza, I forgot what his last name is, but if you just search Hamza, he shares videos similar to this, and I didn't even know that stuff. And when I was sharing stuff like this, then YouTube started recommending me those videos, and I was like, oh, he makes similar content as me. It's just he's further in his process, so he already has a lot of following and people who resonate with his message and all that stuff. And now I'm just starting to build that, and that's why you see I'm so consistent with making these videos, because I know long term, like if I do this for 2-3 years, like who knows where I'm gonna be. Because if I was able to grow my channel to 630 subscribers, I think today, just through making videos like this without advertising, without doing any of that, I don't even put much attention, focus honestly on YouTube. It's just I'm just sharing again whatever I'm learning that I see works, and who knows down the line what it's going to be, because I'm practicing more and more and more things that will give me delayed gratification. And I suggest you do that also. But start sharing these videos with your friends, with the people that you're going to the top with, because they may resonate with the message too. And I mean, do you want to do things by yourself, or do you want to go together with your friends, right? And it's so important having accountability partners as well. But again, really look at this point and really look at how you can create this energy of being dissatisfied so you could push yourself more. Because if you don't, you're not making 10K a month. Now it's like, at this point, it's like everyone's making money easily, right? So it's all out there. I know media, all that creates this image that people are losing jobs. Not many people have money. It's all bullshit. Like go outside, like go to the mall and just realize how much people are just buying random shit that they don't even need. And that'll give you a realistic perspective of how much money people have to spend. So go out there, create some value so they spend it on you so you could do something good with it, right? So yeah, really look at that point, and I can't wait to hear your feedback in the comments.